We got an exit coming up in 0.3 miles and FSD needs to move across 3 lanes. Will we make it? Hey guys, today we'll be heading to my favorite dispensary in New Jersey. We had a minor disengagement towards the end, but the rest of the drive was pretty much perfect. Let's dive in. We're at Target again and I just got some nice free slow charging in their parking lot. Let's turn on FSD so that we can get started. The last time we tried leaving this lot, we went through a bank's drive-thru by mistake. We're parked elsewhere this time, so I don't think we'll run into that issue. What's interesting this time is that FSD isn't following the route on the map when leaving the parking lot. It knows there's a faster way out, which I find super fascinating. FSD patiently waits for these cars to pass and it's able to leave the lot successfully. It has been a rough few weeks for Tesla owners due to recent attacks targeting Tesla. The FBI just announced that they are launching a new task force to investigate the attacks. They are currently focused on an astounding 48 reports of Tesla-related incidents. This is great news for those seeking action from law enforcement. We have a funny moment here. FSD for some reason moves to the far left lane after noticing that there are 2 lanes available. Maybe it thought the left lane was faster. FSD then realizes that the left lane is a left turn only lane, so it decides to correct itself by going back into its initial lane to go straight. I would prefer that FSD not make any unnecessary lane changes. Once again, I think this is due to bad map data. We have a moment here where this Jeep is taking up part of the left lane. FSD isn't fazed by this. It naturally maneuvers around the Jeep and moves into the left turn lane. On a random note, I was able to order a Tesla bot. It has been out of stock for a long time, but Tesla has been restocking them lately. I might do an unboxing video if you guys are interested. We have a right turn coming up, and there's a person on a bike cycling across the street. Notice how FSD doesn't slow down because it knows the person will get out of the way in time. I'm not a huge Waymo guy, but I do appreciate the tremendous progress that they're making in offering robo-taxi services. They recently announced that they'll offer ride-hailing services in Washington, D.C. in 2026. They already provide services in multiple major cities like LA, San Francisco, and other places, so this is quite impressive. You gotta give credit to Waymo for being first, but Tesla might be the company that'll implement ride-hailing services better in the long term. One critique that I have about FSD is that it likes to use its turn signal to indicate which direction it's heading at a fork on the freeway. It's already pretty obvious which direction I'm heading at the fork, so it's a bit weird. FSD has also confused other drivers in the past because they thought I was trying to change lanes. We're in New Jersey, so we've got another toll booth. I feel like a lot of my money is just going to these toll booths these days. There was this truck on the left that kind of made me nervous, but fortunately FSD decides to take the toll booth on the far right, so we're able to get more distance from the truck. We're going at around 27 to 30 miles per hour. Not bad this time compared to previous videos. FSD also chose the toll booth on the right because he needed to exit on the right. Good planning on FSD's part. Continuing the story about Mark Robber from my previous video, Kyle Paul, a Tesla fan, recreated Robber's experiment. He used the Model Y with hardware 3 and FSD 12 and drove it straight towards the cartoon wall. He did the same test but with a Cybertruck with hardware 4 and FSD 13. The Model Y did not pass the test while the Cybertruck was able to recognize the wall and stop. One thing to note is that the test for the Cybertruck was done later in the evening, so there was more contrast between the wall and the sky. As a result, the test might need to be redone for more accurate results. But this is a good video overall. His test also shows the difference in performance between hardware 3 and hardware 4. So we got an exit coming up in 0.3 miles and FSD needs to move across 3 lanes. Luckily, there isn't too much traffic, so FSD is able to find an opening across the 3 lanes and make it to the far right smoothly. This isn't FSD related news, but I do want to share a side project that I'm working on. I like taking photos as a hobby, and I have quite a few Tesla photos that I've taken over the years. I'll be releasing prints of my favorite photos. The first one will be a recent photo that I took of the Cybercab in New York City. I'll leave a link in the description if you guys are interested in buying a print. We just got off the freeway and we need to make a right turn at the stop sign. FSD patiently waits until there is no oncoming car on the left and then proceeds to make a right turn. I get a bit nervous whenever I encounter this red light because FSD usually takes a while to make a right turn at the specific one. But fortunately it turns green, so we got lucky there. After making a right turn, we need to make an immediate left, so FSD is smart enough to switch to the left lane. With the new Model Y out, there have been amazing inventory discounts for the legacy Model Y. The discounts seem to have worked because we just learned that the Tesla Model Y inventory is now completely sold out in 33 states. This is really good news for Tesla since they no longer have to worry about keeping excess inventory. We're approaching our destination and we need to make a right so that we can enter the parking lot. Unfortunately, it slows down a little too early here and it's doing it in the middle of the freeway and there are high-speed cars behind me. I take over so that I can guide the car to the side so that I can enter the parking lot. Not the best experience to be honest, and there are a lot of freeways in New Jersey that have stores on the side. So this is a pattern that needs to be perfected by FSD if it wants to be usable in New Jersey. We almost got a perfect drive, but disengagements are quite common towards the end. I'm still impressed with how FSD performed today. What do you guys think about today's drive? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching. Support the channel by purchasing my first print. This is a photo I took of the Cybercab at Tesla's store in New York City. The photo was captured with a Fujifilm X106. The print is available in various sizes on Printful.com. The link to the product is in the description. Thank you guys for your ongoing support.